Okay, so I just like recorded something about the Catcher in the Rye, and yeah, now my Chromebook just died, so that's great. Anyway, so I just finished the Catcher in the Rye, and it's kind of weird how I'm taking a video about this, and it's gonna like use up my storage space. But anyway, I'm here wrapped up in a bundle blanket, and I'm going to like talk about my honest review of the Catcher in the Rye. So let's get into this. I kind of already like talked a lot about it in my feelings in a video on my Chromebook, but it died, so, and my phone's about to die too. How convenient. Anyway, The Catcher in the Rye, like, it doesn't even feel like it's it was written in the 1950s. It's like literally a book like it was written yesterday. Like, dude, the language, like, the main character Holden Caulfield, he like swears a lot, and this book is really interesting, but it's not like interesting in a way, but it definitely is a classic. Like, it has a classic feel to it, because it's kind of boring, because I'm gonna keep saying cause it like jumps from topic to topic. Like, 1 minute he's talking about how he got kicked out of Pensy Prep, then he's talking about this kind of ugly girl that he talked, like, I don't even know. And then there's this girl named Sally, and he like fools around with her. Like, he's a player, but like also he's not a player. Also, like, oh my god, I just realized that I had part of my review on my Chromebook and then it died, and I don't know if they even saved drafts. So wow. I don't even know what to write for my review, because I don't even know what to feel right now. I'm literally bundled up in a blanket. I think I was really excited and anticipating the ending of this book, and it wasn't that exciting, which is why I'm rating it 4 stars. Also, with the topic, jumping from point to point, if I ever met J.D. Salinger, he's dead, but if I ever met him, I would want to know what was going on in his life at that time. Like, what made you want to write this book? Like, I am supposed to be writing a letter to him, but like, he's dead, so I'm just like writing a fake letter, I guess, like a letter about anyway, it's for English class. I had to read this book for English class, and I'm gonna write about it, like, what was going on in your brain, like, how old were you when you wrote this book, like, dude. And it was like I said, like, it doesn't even feel like it was written in the 1950s. Like, the language, like, there's literally FU in here. And it took me forever to read. Also, my sister's like gonna come outside soon, and she's like gonna interrupt me. What are you doing? Anyway, I have not completely digested it, but like, I wanted to read this part. Like, there's a poem by Robert Burns. I don't even know, like, I think most of the stuff in this book is real, like, true. If a body meet a body coming through the rye. But like, he thought if a body meet a body catching through the rye. So the book is called like The Catcher in the Rye. So like, yeah. And so what he wants to do, it says, anyway, I keep picturing all these little kids playing some game in the big field of rye and all. Thousands of little kids, and nobody's around. Nobody big, I mean, except me. And I'm standing on the edge of some crazy cliff. What I have to do, I have to catch everybody if they start to go over the cliff. I mean, if they're running and they don't look where they're going, I have to come out from somewhere and catch them. That's all I do all day. I'd just be the Catcher in the Rye and all. I know it's crazy, but that's the only thing I'd really like to be. I know it's crazy. So that's why it's called The Catcher in the Rye. Like, the significance of the title is like really big, and you have to like read the whole thing in order to understand why it's called what it's called. Holden Caulfield, oh my god, the main character is so good. Anyway, what I was talking about Holden was like, he is funny, but also he's like really annoying. Like, if I were to be friends with him, I'd just be like, yeah. But anyway, I feel bad for him because he's like depressed, and I really thought he was gonna die at the end. I really did. See what I did there? Like, and he always repeats things too. It's like so weird. But also, I feel like that's like the 50s vibe too. And he lives in New York City, and I've been to New York City so many times, so it's really weird. Like, they had the Rockettes back then, and it's like interesting to sort of like read about what it was like back then in a place where I've been, and like, not much has changed. So yeah. And apparently having $8 was a big deal And having a hat for $1 was pretty cool too. Sorry, I have to watch my cat, and I also have to make sure my sister's not coming back. Anyway, this book was really good. Like, in the beginning, it's about him, like, getting kicked out of school because he doesn't try. And, like, I was talking about to myself before, I would totally try in school. Like, I totally do. Even though I don't want to be in school necessarily, or some classes are really bad, I would not purposely flunk school because, like, I don't feel like trying. Like, there are so many times when I have not felt like trying, and I did not just be like, I'm skipping school today, I'm gonna, you know, hitchhike to the west or whatever. No. So yeah, I'm probably not even gonna write a review on Goodreads. I'm probably just gonna, like, maybe put this video up on YouTube or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so The Catcher in the Rye. It's a really good book. I would recommend it to all, but I do not know how to put in my feelings in words. The beginning, like, there's about, like, he talks about people getting sexed up. I'm just like, no. And how, like, he is in... And, like, how he's, like, into this guy's mom. I was like, dude. And you talk about how other people are pervs. And then he talked about, like, how people are perverts because, like, they're cross-dressing and stuff. I'm like, bruh. And, like, flits. What even is a flit? Like, he's that, like, a douchebag? And he talked about bastards and stuff. It's like, dude, this guy has got it going on. I don't know what, but he has something going on. And, like, how he's cute and whatever, and how he gets all sexy for, like, these people. Like, I'm kind of confused, not gonna lie. Anyway, I did enjoy it. I did, I swear. I absolutely adore his younger sister. She seems super intelligent. Like, these characters seem intelligent, and how he's, like, talking about, like, these 3 girls at a club and how they're all ugly, and I was like, oh my god. I would have been like the same thing too, but how one was kind of cute, but how, like, they're all looking around the club for, like, movie stars, and his brother's a writer named DB. Like, oh, also, I was talking about Sally before, like, this girl that he used to fool around with. And then there's also this girl, Jane Gallagher, or something like that. And he's saying how he's always calling her up, but he has to be in the mood for these things. Like, he wants to call her up, but never does. And then he never literally does. He, like, never does in the book. I'm just like, Holden, what the F is your problem? Like, you never called Jane up. Like, I need that romance in my life. Like, Jane and Holden were destined to be, like, they needed to be together. Anyway, I don't know if my sister can see me, but she can probably see me brave about it. Sorry, there are gonna be these, like, little pauses and skips in this video because my sister keeps coming back and I don't want her to know that I'm, like, taking a video or whatnot. So I kind of, like, oh my god, my neighbor's coming up the street. Isn't that delightful? This is why you never do these things outside. You can probably hear him too. Anyway, I don't really care. Yeah, so what was I talking? Was I talking about the girls in the club or, like, Jane? Anyway, Jane and him, it should have happened, but it never did. And, like, his parents eventually found out that he got kicked out, but, like, it never talked about that. And he's, like, a pretty lousy dude, like, pretty lazy. A guy, like, he's like, oh yeah, I would tell you, but I don't really care. Like, I don't really want to talk about it. And he's like, yeah, let's have an intellectual conversation. And then this guy's like, are you ever gonna grow up? I'm like, bruh, shut up. So yeah, it's definitely interesting, like, reading a book that someone wrote in the 1950s. Sorry, picture moment. And then, like, reading it in the 2020s. It's weird. Like, I keep flipping through the book to see if... Oh, also, Phoebe. I was talking about her. Phoebe, whatever. Adore her because she's, like, smart. All the girls. Like, the girl. She's queen. And she adores him so much. Like, Holden. It's so sweet. Like, their relationship. I could literally never... And I am sitting here wrapped up in a blanket because I'm freezing cold. And I've been reading this book since, like, 9 o'clock in the morning. it's been terrible. It took me forever to read because like it keeps jumping from subject to subject, and I just simply don't want to read it. My project is one day late. I'm supposed to be writing a letter to JD Salinger, and this is not going great. Like, he's dead, you know? But like, I already told my English teacher that. And yes, I'm reading it for English class, but I chose to read it for English class. It's an outside book reading project, and we always seem to have this. Okay, so I'm only gonna talk about this for like one more minute because I have to like put this together, and also like I can't go over 15 minutes. So overall, I really enjoyed The Catcher in the Rye. It was so good. I rated it 4 stars because like of Holden's personality sometimes, and also because the book was a little bit boring and it took me forever to read. So yeah, I think that's what happens with classics. You always wait till the last minute to read them because they're kind of boring. Anyway, I really want to know what was going on in JD Salinger's mind. Like, what in the world? And also, I'm sorry if this review was a little bit weird because I don't even know what I'm talking about. I keep jumping from subject to subject, and my sister keeps coming and interrupting these videos, so I literally don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, my hair is greasy. I'm wrapped up in a blanket. I'm outside in my pajamas. I literally laid in the sun and read this book all day, and life's good. So I'll be posting on my Insta soon, like, about this book, and my review, which I'm gonna try to put into words from this video. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my brief book review of The Catcher in the Rye by JD Salinger, and I hope you read it and love it too.